So I finish up with about 30 minutes of abs, and I whip out the gravity boots, because that's the only way you're going to get the cut that you need.
I'm Woody Paige. I'm taking over this show. It's April Fool's Day, but this is no joke. Guess who, America? I'm in charge of 3 of America's most muted, stupid, foolish sports writers. And today, John Calipari introduced at Kentucky the Broncos ready to get rid of Jay Cutler and a burger to die for or die of. 10 topics, 1 winner. Horny, horny, horny.
It's Around the Horn, presented by Nissan. Here's your host, Woody Paige.
Yes, we're going beyond the horn. It's April Fool's Day, and I've taken over. And you're going around the Woody. Let's meet the guys. I'm going to straighten them out. Let's start in Los Angeles with the king of Argyle, my friend, Reverend Bill Plaskey.
Memo to our producers. Have you lost your minds?
In Dallas, TC, the top cat.
That small ounce of credibility we used to have, gone forever.
And in Chicago, a guy whose name I've forgotten. Yeah, that's funny, Moriarty. And finally, in the seat where he belongs, Tony Reali, leather jacket
I have a feeling this is not going to go well for me today. Whose idea was this, really?
Keep going, go on. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
It's the first word.
John Calipari to Kentucky. 8 years, more than $31 million. He can now buy all the hair gel he wants. At his first press conference today, he spoke of Kentucky's history, the bluegrass, and the Commonwealth. How quick do you think he's going to turn it around in Kentucky, Jay?
I'm going to try to answer this seriously. He will make impact immediately, Woody Paige. You know why? Because he can bring in big-time recruits from Memphis like Xavier Henry. He can bring in DeMarcus Cousins. And you know what? He's going to have Patrick Patterson, the big man who's still there. Why wouldn't Jody Meeks, Woody, he have the 54-point game this year, why wouldn't he stick around? The SEC, if you did your homework, Woody, you'd realize it's down, down, down.
And you are down, down.
He can go to the Elite 8 immediately. Teams produce for Calipari immediately.
Okay.
You can mute me all you want.
Well, we have the wrong question here, because if instead of it saying how quick can this turn around, it's how quick can this show turn around with Woody as host. Let me give you the answer. 10 games. That's how quick Calipari is going to turn Kentucky around. He's got Patterson coming back. If I'm Jody Meeks, I'm thinking this looks pretty good right now. I might stick around. 3 of the top 6 recruits. Xavier Henry is how he pronounces his name, Mariotti. And
yeah!
a team that was top 16, Sweet 16 talent this year. They didn't make the tournament, but they were Sweet 16 talent. I love this team to make a Final Four run next season.
How does that taste, Tony? You love it all? Yeah. Go ahead, Plaskey.
First
Give
off,
us
Jay,
some strength
Jay,
here.
Woody does do his homework on this show. The most prepared guy on this show, Woody. The show misses you. We miss you dearly, Woody. We'll try to get through without you.
Anyway,
but the bottom line is, I think Calipari, it's going to take longer than a year, guys. When he went to Memphis, you say 10 games, Tony. He went to Memphis. He didn't get back to the tournament for 3 years.
Memphis
when a new coach comes in, but you have to bring in not only your new players, your new system, your new belief system. You also have to get rid of the old players and all the players who are there and get them on your side. The way Calipari plays, it's a very distinct, very difficult thing to run. You need the athletes for it. I don't know if Kentucky has the athletes to run what he wants to run. He'll get there. It'll be wonderful, but it's not going to happen right away.
No, Bill, I think this new host has potential, but I think the new coach in Kentucky is the guy with the real potential to do it right away. Tony said 10 games. That's about right. They won 22. They had 22 wins this year. They can easily top that next year. And Jay mentioned the SEC is down. He didn't say how far down it is. If Mississippi State hadn't run through the SEC tournament, they would have had 2 teams in the NCAA tournament. And nobody they had. LSU's the only team that won the first round game, and they were out in the second round. So they didn't even have a team that was seeded 7th in the entire tournament. The SEC is a bad conference right now. Calipari can come in and do a job right away.
That's a good point.
Well, he doesn't waste any time, Paige. If you notice last year, he lost Derrick Rose and lost Chris Douglas-Roberts, and immediately, you know, with Evans, he's back in the Sweet 16 with the #2 seed. These guys produce for him. They buy into what he does, and they play defense. That's why this guy will produce immediately at Kentucky.
You guys are all assuming these top recruits are going to follow him there. They've all said that the door is wide open. Now they can go anywhere they want to. The whole country's after these guys. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. No, there's no guarantee. Kansas, not when Kansas is offering these guys scholarships
today.
Okay, that's enough, guys. I want to talk about the fact that the Blackboard slept last night in Lincoln's bathroom. I think that's great. I'm hosting. We're going to talk about Denver, of course. Here's Pat Bowlen on Jay Cutler and his quote. Numerous attempts to contact Jay Cutler have been unsuccessful. Jay no longer has any desire to play for the Broncos. We begin this discussions with accommodations to trade him at his request.
Woody Paige.
Good move to make this statement, Plasky.
I have been reading and following the wonderful commentary in the Denver Post on this situation, and it has really informed me. And I do think Cutler, I do think what's happening here is Josh McDaniel does not want Cutler to play for him. Clearly, Bowlen would not say this if he didn't talk to his head coach first. This is all concerted effort now. They want another quarterback. And you know something? Bottom line is, for me, Cutler has a losing record as a starter. McDaniel has Super Bowl rings. McDaniel knows something about working with quarterbacks. You don't think this guy can take him to the next level? I guess maybe he can't. They need to move on. And I think this is all concerted effort. So, yes, Bowlen said the right thing, and they'll still get, I don't care how bad you paint this kid, they'll get a lot to trade for him. Everybody wants this guy. They'll get a lot to trade for him.
But, Bill, they're going to get a lot less by coming out publicly and saying, we can't even get a hold of our quarterback. We can't even get him on the phone, so now we're going to trade him. You're going to get 30 cents on the dollar for that. Even if all that stuff's happening, you keep it quiet and you start privately talking to teams. There are teams, obviously, that would be interested in having Cutler. He's one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. Why Denver doesn't want him anymore, I have no clue. That organization, you know, has gotten rid of Shanahan. Now they're getting rid of Cutler. I don't know what direction Pat Bowlen has them going in. It's not a good one.
Yeah, if you're a better columnist, Woody, and you weren't masquerading as reality today, you would be all over Pat Bowlen. What happened to the Pat Bowlen I know and respected years ago? He should have been on an airplane weeks ago and settled this with Jay Cutler and said, hey, look, pal, I'm the owner. I'm your boss. You're the employee. You got to come back and talk to my coach. Instead, Pat Bowlen has allowed this thing to, you know, get out of control. So, Woody, I do not understand why Pat said this today. As Tim said, losing leverage by the minute here. There are going to be suitors out there, but nonetheless.
This situation, not the T.O. situation, this situation has been the most mismanaged in all of football. I can't imagine that Bowlen wanted to throw all his leverage out the window, but I think that's exactly what he did here. Maybe Jay Cutler didn't go about this the right way, but he did for himself. Why am I losing points for that?
Because you do that to everybody.
Well, you got to understand, I think that I should make a point here that they mishandled this from the very beginning. And I'm talking about Josh McDaniels taking that New England attitude to Denver and saying, I'm going to do the same thing that Belichick did. He can't get rid of it. He can't get rid of it. Yeah. I think Plasky.
Hey, Woody, oh, what a terrible thing to try to be like the New England Patriots. Oh, perish the thought. He's doing the right thing. What's Denver done lately? Come on, Woody.
Yeah, and Woody, you think Chris Sims is going to be a good quarterback there. That's another reason why you're better off in that chair and letting Reali, who knows more than you do, sit in his chair.
I feel totally emasculated without my joystick right now. I have no idea what to do with my hands. What am I doing with my hands right now?
Without your...
Put them in that leather jacket pocket. We've been warned, men. We're taking a break so you guys can look at the schedule and think about what a great job I'm doing in the spot. Coming up, the Cavs going streaky. Mike Anderson staying at Missouri, and expectations for the New York Mets.
Are you scoring a golf tournament here, Woody Paige? Why are we in that?
I want -80.
Around the Horn, presented by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move.
Buy or sell?
Well, guys, it's buy or sell, and this is the way it was meant to be.
Is it really?
In the NBA, they play games, and there are winners and there are losers, and it's important to realize that the Cavs are the haves right now, and the Lakers and the Celtics are the have-nots. Buy or sell the Cavs as the favorite to win it all, Plasky.
The Cavs are the haves. Did you write that, Woody?
Yes, I did.
That is brilliant. You should win a Pulitzer Prize, Woody. Anyway, the Cavaliers, yes, they should be the favorites to win it all. They are 25-4 against the West this year. They lead the league in field goal percentage defense. Those are two huge stats. for a team that wants to be an NBA champion. The Cavs are almost only the Lakers have beaten them at home. But I think when it comes down to the playoffs, right now, the Lakers don't have Bynum unless he's back in full strength.
So you're jumping off the Lakers,
No, in full strength for the playoffs. I've said it before.
No,
I'm not.
You got to look at the schedule,
Plaske. People realize how good this team is with that 36-1 home record. But I still think the Lakers are viewed as the team to beat because everybody still regards the West as better than the East, even though with the top three teams, that's not really the case.
The Lakers have a Bynum issue. The Celtics have a Garnett issue. Orlando has a can they win in the playoffs issue. Woody, does Cleveland have any issues whatsoever? They've lost once at home. They've lost twice since the All-Star break. The only time they've lost at home is when I was in Cleveland watching it.
And that's the reason why they lost, Mariotti. Come on, everybody knows that. This team does not allow opponents to shoot over 50%. They've won their last 40 contests at home when their defense is that strong. Am I getting points for this? This is great. I'm going with the Cavs. Of course they're the favorites.
You're in the spot where you should be. Come on, guys. Next, college basketball. Mike Anderson's staying in Missouri. He signed a 7-year extension. You know Georgia wanted him. There was talk about Memphis. So are you buying or selling him staying with Missouri, Kalashaw?
I am buying him staying at a wonderful institution known as the University of Missouri. That's where he should stay. He has done a remarkable job getting that school back on the basketball map. Georgia would have been a good move because, as you said, the SEC's down, but he can make a big winner, and he's got good players coming back.
He's like a proud father, Kalashaw, but he is right. This isn't Calipari money he's getting, Woody, but it is a pretty good contract for a guy who now suddenly has rivalries against Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas and a real good basketball conference, the Big 12. That's a nice hire by Missouri. Stick around until your best job comes through.
What a novel idea. Sticking with a job you already know how to do instead of going out of your comfort zone and using the Atari joysticks in a way they shouldn't be used, Woody Paige. This is the right idea for Mike Anderson. This is the right idea for Missouri.
Enough of you. Plaske?
Yes, I think it's a great idea, too. It's all about styles. Missouri plays a style that no one really plays in the Big 12. He can win there for a while with that style. Also, remember who his mentor was? Nolan Richardson. Stayed a long time at Arkansas. Was happy there. This is a good move for him. Good for him.
Next, more East Coast bias. What a surprise for this show. Sports Illustrated has picked the Mets to win the World Series in their annual preview. Buy or sell the Jinx, Jay?
Annual preview?
You know, I'm going to sell the Jinx, Woody, but I think the premise of the Mets winning the World Series is hilarious. How about not collapsing and maybe winning a division where you're actually going to pick a team to win it all? The Yankees are going to win it all. Right city, wrong team.
I'm selling the Sports Illustrated Jinx. I'm always going to sell the Sports Illustrated. I'm buying the Mets this year. I think their bullpen got better, and I think that was all their problems basically last season. They're the best team in their division for the first 150 games. With a better bullpen, they'll be better at the end. Their problem is the stadium. They don't have a name for it. Try Devitt's Field. Anyone?
That was lame.
Anyone?
It's City
That's a pretty good line, Tony. I'm actually with Tony. I am selling the Jinx. I don't think Sports Illustrated, I don't think any magazine anymore has the kind of sway over people that can have a Jinx anymore. But I am buying the fact that the Mets are the best team in baseball. They will win the World Series. They've gotten close enough now. We're with the bullpen. They'll put them over the top.
And Kalashaw.
I'm selling the Jinx. I'm selling the Mets. I'm buying the Devitt's Field line. I think the Mets are a better team, but I don't think they're the best team in the National League. They're not going to win it all. I've got it.
That horn means it's elimination time, guys. I have a new scoring. Would you shut up? I have a new scoring system. The player with the highest point total is eliminated first. What? Who does that mean? Tim Kalashaw.
How can that be?
You
I
are
have 17
out of here.
We're playing golf.
Goodbye.
Playing golf.
Good luck.
Zorro Seinfeld here. That's what this is.
Out of bounds is next.
Take us to commercial.
Coming up, would you guys shut up? The best basketball playing team in the country.
Say it. Horn. Horn.
It's Around the Horn, presented by Nissan.
Today's scoring system revised has Tony Reali in the lead with negative 38 points.
All right, Woody.
Mariotti has negative 28. He's going down. That's pretty good for you, Jay. Plaske bringing up the rear with only negative 5.
Bringing up the rear.
And Tim Kalashaw was just too good today. Too good to live.
It's Out of Bounds.
So the Final Four in the women's basketball bracket is set. Oklahoma, Louisville, Stanford, and Connecticut. Sounds like the men's basketball tournament. Even Reali knows that Connecticut is the favorite. The Huskies are undefeated. So here's my question. Are you pulling for the undefeated season or the upset?
The
Mariotti?
upset, Paige. You know why? Because Courtney Paris, daughter of Bubba Paris, remember him from the 49ers, actually guaranteed a national championship at Oklahoma. And she said if they don't win, then she will actually give back her scholarship money. To me, that is unprecedented. Everybody makes guarantees. I have not heard that ever in women's basketball. That's a cool story, Woody. Imagine if we get to the title game, as I try to say this, and we have an undefeated UConn against an Oklahoma team where a girl has made a guarantee. To me, that's a terrific storyline. It should be to you, too, Woody.
JJ, not too tough to make a guarantee of giving back money when your father is a former NFL star, okay? It was a nice little thing to do, but let's face it, realistically, that's not a big deal. How can anybody here not cheer for perfection? How can anybody here not root for something that's never been done before? If UConn wins a championship, they'll be 39-0, statistically the best women's basketball team ever. How can we not root for that? In this day and age of parity, I'd love to see a team going through all they've gone through and able to come out on top, and they're killing people. I mean, you're dominating people. And again, you say it's women's college basketball, and there's only a couple great teams. There's still enough teams out there that could beat them. Look what happened to Tennessee this year.
Right.
This is wonderful.
But
I'm cheering for it.
perfection is against the very fiber of the bracket, Bill Plaschke. We want our madness to be mad. We don't want perfection. We don't want a team dancing through the tournament. I'm going to say I'd rather see an upset here. I know it's not going to happen. UConn has already pummeled Oklahoma by double figures and wiped the floor with Louisville. Stanford is the team I would raise here because that was the last time UConn lost in any game was against Stanford. And
Well,
Jay
let's go
Appel
back.
had a
I
huge
want to go
game.
back to Jay here because Jay
wasn't done yet.
Don't you think people cheered for New England last year when they had that undefeated run? Don't you think that people want to see
Gino
an undefeated
Mariama's
team?
had this before, Woody. It's, you know, we've seen this picture before. Courtney Paris, by the way, Paige, 6 blocks last night in a women's college basketball game. It's pretty impressive. And Bill, I don't care who her father is. That's still a lot of money in this day and age. Not fair of you to make that
I think
point.
it's cool for her to
Come
do.
on, Bill, jump back in
It's
here.
also good for women's college basketball if this happens. I think the ratings will be great if a team's trying to become unbeaten, and I think it's good for women's college basketball. Like John Wooden, I think the women has a great game. I love watching them play. That'll be a fun game to watch. I hope they make it.
It's horn time. Tony, you finish up for us. What do you got?
Well, I have a much better women's bracket this year in my tournament challenge than I do in my men's bracket in the tournament challenge. That's
Yeah, we should mention that you were the worst in the world.
Yes, we should mention that, shouldn't we?
Well, it's elimination time once again, and let's turn to our new scoring system, and that would be the guy who's most successful but will not be advancing. That's you, Bill Plaschke. Nice job, but you're gone.
I will take my Argyle over Tony's leather any day of the week. I'll stand by the Argyle.
I just look like Blackstone.
And in
the lead singer of AC/DC. That's it.
2 men enter, 1 man.
Oh, have I been waiting for this day?
1 man what, Woody? You didn't even write it.
I have been waiting for this day.
What happened? 1 man what?
1 man reigns, 1 man reigns supreme.
Oh, that's good. Way to land on your feet there.
And my dinner is coming up.
You're losing it, Woody.
And the coach who dropped a poop. Can I say poop on the
Oh, man.
Around the Horn, presented by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move.
The blackboard and I are going to paint the town tonight. You want fantasy
Paint the
sports?
fence.
I will
Paint
give
the
it to you.
fence.
This is my fantasy. Jay and Reali in a showdown of all things important. The first showdown, guys, shut up, is about women's basketball and poop. 2 things Mariotti knows a lot about. Introduce it.
You ain't so bad! You ain't so bad! Okay, is that how you guys feel right now? Because you just played like poop. Okay, do you see? They ain't so bad!
You have a problem with poop,
You ain't
Mariotti?
so bad! You ain't so bad! I mean, come on, how could they not laugh at that? It's like that Ron Burgundy scene where the guy goes, "It's poop! It's poop!" I didn't know we're allowed to say poop on ESPN, but I guess we are breaking new barriers in more ways than one today, right, Tony?
Reali.
Possibly. I don't have any problem with this. I think she was probably wanting to say something else, and then she remembered that she was on camera and all mic'd up, and then poop came out, as it does from time to time. But I have no problem with it, no.
Well, you couldn't even get to the end. You guys were a couple of doo-doos.
That
I'm going to
means I
give
get
it
the
to
point.
Mariotti. Yes, you win, Mariotti.
That's fine.
The second showdown is about somebody in a new role. Something I know a lot about. Allen Iverson, AI, coming off the bench. He played 18 minutes last game, and he's upset. Should he be expressing his ire, Tony?
Like the sun, rising in the East every morning.
Come on.
And setting in the West. This surprises me none that he's upset that he's only playing 18 minutes a game. And the fact that he's expressing his ire, as you said.
Boy, you're slow, Reali. Really slow. You got to get used to that chair. One of the dumbest trades in the history of the NBA, Woody. Iverson has been hurt. They've been using Rip Hamilton.
They made the trade
They've been using
for
other
salary
players.
cap
Look, you're not supposed to be talking. It's my turn. No,
well,
shut up, Alan.
You guys were poop. I'm going to give it to Mariotti, though. Let's go to our final showdown. It's about artery clogging, saturated fat. Something I know a lot about.
Yes, that's definitely true.
On the menu at West Michigan Whitecap games, a $20 burger with sesame seed bun, 5 patties, 5 slices of cheese, a cup of chili, salsa, and corn chips. It comes with a doctor's warning. Would you eat this, Mariotti?
And here's the thing, Woody. If you win, you get a free T-shirt. Problem is, you go in with a large, you leave with an XXXL, and I know what's next. Woody Paige, man of 6'7" stents in his heart, is going to actually clog his arteries with another burger.
I wouldn't eat this with your stomach, Mariotti. I think if they're going to do this, they need to put some TVs in the bathrooms, because that's where you're going to be for the next 5 innings. But it's all about the lipoproteins, right, Woody Paige?
Yes, absolutely. And I think you guys, I'm going to give it to Mariotti because you can't even finish. The winner today, the winner always, I'm going with Jay Mariotti.
Yeah.
The winner always.
Thank you very much, Woody. And Barack Obama, why don't you get yourself a...
That's enough of you. I want to take over the 30 seconds like this show. If you've enjoyed today, you write to Around the Horn at ESPN.com. If you didn't enjoy the day, just keep it to yourself. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable. I must tell you, it's hard work. But one thing we've proven today, I can do this job, and Reali can't do my job.
Yeah,
so I hope that you have a beautiful April Fool's evening. It's been fun. Reali, do you have anything you want to say about today's show?
I just said I thought you did very well, and I am proud of you. It's kind of like the movie Space Chimps. You know, you don't think it's going to work. We send the chimps into space. They get up there, and they're doing a fine job.
So that's a terrible reality. We don't need you.
Terrible reality.
But we're on a 23-and-a-half-hour break. I'll be back tomorrow after lunch.
Stay there, Woody. Go home, Tony. Go home.
Look, I know the NBA, let's say the first-round series between Chicago and Washington, they're going to take 7 days to play 3 games. You know what? That's still 3 more games than you're going to have in the NFL until September 8th. I mean, I'm already sick of the NFL draft. It hasn't even started yet. You got all these geeks like Michael Smith talking about, oh, this guy has good 40 speed. This guy has good upside. This guy came from a good system. This guy came from a bad system. It doesn't matter. We're not going to know the answers to this until 5 years. Hey, Michael, I got a question for you. The 1999 NFL MVP, the Super Bowl MVP from that year, Kurt Warner, what month was he drafted? The same month Ken Griffey hit 20 home runs. Never, all right? So if you can get an MVP without even drafting him, what's the point?
Michael Smith, pick up the pieces and go from there.
Spoken like a guy who doesn't have an NFL team. What do you know about the NFL draft or pro football anyway? Let me tell you. What's the problem?
Well, it seems like you're upset. You just got voted off the show.
Oh, it'll get better. It's draft day tomorrow.
I got voted off. What is that?
No, unfortunately, that's when you have to leave the show. But he's got the draft to look up to. Adonde, that was the most dominating out of bounds this show has ever seen. 5 more points as we go to break.
In order to win tournaments, you have to win tournaments. So, yes, this counts as a win no matter the circumstances. And we saw Tiger Woods make the putts that we're used to watching.
Stop talking for a second, Adonde. With a straight face, look into the camera one more time and say, in order to win tournaments, you need to win tournaments.
In order to win tournaments, you have to win tournaments and gain confidence.
That's worse than me saying you got to make shots in basketball. And that guy's ahead of me. I'd like to make 6 points here. Starting with number 1, that was a better field than people would think of at the end of the year. The fact that he finished strong on 17 and 18, the fact that he's got his confidence back after the President Cup, the way he's played, the way that he could go into next season.
Yes,
that's a 95-yard drive right there.
Adonde, what happened?
You didn't let me do it BCS style. I want to change the vote Woody lower, and get a rematch.
Woody Paige.
BCS is pretty good.
In the realm of reality, you thought it was possible you get points for saying in order to win a tournament, you need to win tournaments. Adonde, done for the day. At the Chicago Sun-Times, the man who said this.
If he wins a major, if he wins at Augusta or at the U.S. Open, you can deduct me 30 points here, and I will say Tiger is back.
Oh, this may take a while, Jay. Any comments?
I was right for 3 years, 10 for 10.
It'll be a score unlike any other. Okay, we'll keep that going.
Keep going, keep going.
And live from New York, the Pizza Pie's Woody Paige.
Make it 15.
Anybody's game. Except for Mariotti. Let's make it happen, boys. I want to tell you guys I love you, but your point is probably mute. Welcome back to the show that scores the argument. Let's meet the national panel at the LA Times. Bill Flash.
Tony, I got to say, you know something? Maybe it wasn't over.
One more time for good measure. Wave of mutilation. Oh, what are you doing? Bob Ryan, you remember what you said?
I think so. Here's the chance that the Broncos have to win this game. Cancellation and a forfeiture. That's the only one.
Oh, man, a chef. It's Bob Ryan. I respect you for being here today, but
he's only got 2 legs.
It's a beautiful day. Bob Ryan, if you could go with minus 80 for the number of yards in the play, we'll stop at minus 29 for the total Bronco points. And now let us begin. It's with great pleasure I introduce the newest member to the Basketball Hall of Fame, Gowdy Award winner Jackie McMullen.
Hey.
First time in my life I don't have anything to say.
And as always, a long-standing rule on the show, if you make a Hall of Fame, you get a 25 points bonus. Congrats, Jackie. Let's go to work.
Well, I hope I don't
Tony, it is my sincere belief
new impression
and
in town.
hope that fans from the north side and the south side can come together for our Chicago Bears. What began as a whisper in Lake Forest, Illinois, is now echoing throughout the Midwest. Yes, we can, Chicago. Yes, we can.
Oh, my goodness. That blows the Al Davis out of the Michael Smith. Wow. I didn't know you had that in you. Okay, a point for the touchdown pass and the all-time record for Woody Paige. We're not going to stop the game midway through. Go ahead, Bomani Jones.
No, welcome back to the ATH Halloween special. The one day a year I don't dress up. Hungover Phil Donahue, somehow he feels it's Woody Paige. At the Denver Post, it's Woody Paige. Woody, what is that? The guy from Chicago dressing as Steve Bartlett.
Jim Brown, baby.
In junior high school, maybe. Hey, we're just a bunch of idiots, right?
If you can't guess what Yankee I am, apparently you haven't seen this picture making the rounds on the internet.
You guys, look at the schedule.
Tony Reali, I am telling you that if you put 4 of America's top sports writers all together,
all right.
What is the matter with you, Mariotti? Can't you talk sports?
Brought the meat again, and today I could even carve it for you, Tony.
What better day to celebrate the scariest team in college football?
Yeah, very authentic Trojan tie.
I tell that Mariotti we win it all. He was wrong. I want his hide.
Just call me Red Grange, the galloping ghost. I can't talk to you. I'm all tied up here. I have to get back to you.
I'm going to buy ESPN today because I'm Donald Trump.
There's only one thing better than big air, and that's big hair.
That's Sean
See my
White.
gold medal?
And I really like the mask, Woody. Super Woody.
Guys, I thought we all decided we were going to be the village people. What happened?
I got a question. How do they go to the bathroom in these suits?
What do you want me to do? Kick a field goal?
I'm going to go knock on people's doors and ask them for $125 million over 5 years.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
You wanted me, Joker? Here I am.
You're used to a bald black and still, now you get a bald eagle.
Yes.
If my guy doesn't start hitting, I'm going to lose him
pretty
in
good,
10 days.
I'm going to let you finish, but Octomom's better, Kate Hudson.
Always wanted to be on the Wheaties box.
And meanwhile, I am melting. I am melting.
Minor, I'm
Tony,
assuming.
a wife, a mistress, please send me back down in the hole, please.
Anthony, I'm here for one reason. Just win, baby.
Well, as you know, Tony, it's an off day, but I'm really glad to be here. Thank you very much.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
I am the NBA lockout.
What's the score? Is the game over?
Yes, I will be eating some meat products while bringing the meat to this show.
You, little monster, can call me Gaga.
Don't be a jizzhead, Tony. I'm Snooky. You meatball. We're going to go out and have a fun time. Isn't that right, Dara?
Got Woody Paige sitting in front of us. Say hi to my camera, Woody. Come on.
Woody, what's the word in Denver?
Hi there, Spice Boy. There's no Ming dynasty in Houston. Yao Ming made his debut in Denver the other night, and I can tell you for sure there will not be a dynasty, and he, literally and figuratively, will be the biggest bust in the history of the NBA.
Woody, you're the gold medalist. Go ahead.
I want to reach out to all the young people today who are true fans of this program. Read fewer books. Do less homework. Here's what I want you to do. Go out online and purchase a True Electric football game.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm today's entertainer. I just want to say I don't like...
Woody's rapping now.
I apparently didn't bring my brain. My performance today was pretty lame, so I'm leaving it up to Lil Wayne.
Well, congratulations, Earth. It's Earth Day, but I think we should have a Moon Day. I love the moon. Thank you, Tony. I'm in the middle of Radio City Music Hall. First of all, there's a lot of buffalo here in Texas and a lot of bull on this panel. I think what we have in Chicago is typically a Mickey Mouse operation. And I think as a result of that...
Where are you now?
Well, I've come to France to talk to the people who are lovers.
What do you say, Woody?
Dog, you are wrong. Let me straighten you out, Snoop. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't belong on this show.
Come on, America. Get out there and fight, fight, fight.
Come from a foreign universe and have powers far beyond that of a mortal Mariotti.
What's the score? Is the game over? You coming in the clubhouse?
We are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the motion picture The Wizard of Oz.
Don't be a jizzhead, Tony. I'm Snooky. You meatball. I'm going to the shore. And I'm going to poison everybody because I'm so excited to see the alligator GTL. Boy, this is a gnarly show. And there's only one thing better than big hair, and that's big hair.
That's Shaun
You about
White.
gold medal?
And I really like the mask, Woody.
I can't talk to you. I'm all tied up here. I have to get back to you.
Woody Paige. Woody, what is that?
I'm Woody Paige. I'm taking over this show. It's April Fool's Day, but this is no joke.
Next season.
How does that taste, Tony?
No, him for that.
No, I'm not.
You got to look at the schedule, Pascal. We are out of here. We're playing golf. You guys were poop. But one thing we've proven today, I can do this job, and reality can't do my job.
Okay, a point for the touchdown pass and the all-time record for Woody Paige. We're not going to stop the game midway through. Go ahead, Bomani Jones.
No, I've got...
100-win club, I joined it. Yeah, I am so happy I've been able to bring light into everybody's... What? I want to thank...
Okay, and that's a pie in the
Tony
face.
Reali.
Yeah.
Here's my bronze 300 blackboard, and there's so much meaning given to...
It is my honor. It is my privilege. History.
Yeah.
You've earned it, Woody Paige. Enjoy
This is the second greatest day of my life. The first day was when my daughter Shannon was born.
I don't watch the show, so I don't really know what's going on, but I understand this is a really big deal, so I stayed up all night and I made you your favorite pie.